YouTube, Mark Kamado here, Doki Doki Part 6, and I am feeling terrible right now. I feel like I made a mistake last episode with saying I love Sayori. I honestly felt like that was something that she didn't need to hear, and since she's going through like mental issues now, I feel like, yeah, I just don't feel like that was what she needed to hear. I feel like she just needed a friend. And now I feel like since I said that I love her, something bad's gonna happen to her. I don't know. I just hope nothing bad happens to Sayori or Yuri. Natsuki, come on. We all know I have trouble with Natsuki. Monica, as long as nothing happens to Sayori, Yuri, or Monica, I'm fine. I know that's not gonna happen like that. But let's go. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Please. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. No, it's not. I felt like something bad was going to happen to her. I really hope nothing bad happened to her. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. I really hope Sayori's gonna be there. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Mark, where's the music at? Am I gonna have to put my own music in the background? You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared. Wait, what? Okay, hold up. Let me stop. Let me not read too fast because I know I'm a terrible reader. Alright. They must be the ones she prepared that. What? Okay, oh my god. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. Okay. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. Oh gosh, I really hope that's really what it is. You think that on days this important she'd try a little harder? I say that, but suddenly I remember what Sayori told me yesterday. Please run back to her house, please. And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. Exactly, run back to her house. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yes, tell Monica you'll be right back. You should take a little responsibility for her, Mark. Okay. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. She knows about that too? Yo, oh my gosh, who doesn't? Oh my god, does that mean Sayori already knows? Oh my gosh. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange. Monica, you knew about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Oh gosh. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? I gotta go check on Sayori. Please. They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. Of course. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Where's the volume? Okay, so it's not supposed to be. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. What is this gonna say? What is this gonna say? It's different from the one she practiced. The one I haven't read before. Oh my god! No! No! Oh my gosh, I knew it! I knew... Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my fucking head. Oh my gosh. Check on her now, check on her now. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What? Please, please say something about this. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Mark, what's wrong? Nothing. I guess you don't want to concern Monica. But you really need to go check on Sayori for real. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori. Thank you! Thank you! Finally! Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I'm getting a pit in my stomach, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Oh my gosh. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her. Or help her wake up. Oh man, I'm getting so nervous right now, y'all. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. Oh gosh. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect to answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori, don't show me none I don't want to see. She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. But please, Sayori, please wake up. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside of Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. Oh no. No. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh my gosh, don't, bro, don't. Are you serious right now? Oh my fucking gosh. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No! We get into the nitty gritty of Doki Doki now, y'all. Oh my gosh. I knew I shouldn't have said... What is this? An exception has occurred. Foul. Game script something. See trace back text for details. Yo. I fucking knew it. Oh my gosh. And what is this music? What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. Nah, boy, this is reality. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up to a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori that I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could she be so helpless? What did I do wrong? I don't know if this would have changed if I said that we could be good friends, but I don't know. I knew something like this was gonna happen. Oh my gosh. Why Sayori, huh? Why not Natsuki? She's the more annoying one. Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. There it is. Oh my gosh. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? I'm sorry! Oh gosh, I feel terrible now. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Oh my gosh. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I could do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to y'all. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with this, even though it sucks. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Oh my gosh. Bro. Ian, what? Ian. So, what? What? The file is missing or corrupt. Okay, so we got to start all the way over? What is this? No, I'm not going to. Somebody said that. I see an annoying girl running up towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Nya. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Oh gosh. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let nya catch up to me. Who is this? What? This ain't no ordinary school. This is the Matrix type. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I get some girls or something like that. We have Yuri. What happened to that, huh? No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. It's too dark. But like, you still have other friends at the literature club, but he says screw the literature club. So I mean, I guess I don't know. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. This is like the very first episode we did. Besides, most of them will probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Mark, was it this Sayori last time? Monica? Oh, so we're replacing Sayori with Monica now. Oh gosh, what? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. Okay, we do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Okay. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there are any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. You're in a literature club, I know. Really, you quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? We already know the answer. Literature club. Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Of course, it will be a glitch. Literature club. Okay. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Yuri, Natsuki, and Monica. So in this universe, Sayori doesn't exist? Or I don't know. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Are we talking about Natsuki? Hey, Mark. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I don't know if it's a good idea for me to join a literature club, like as soon as whatever happened. I know y'all probably don't know about it, but you know, that's still haunting me right now. I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? No. I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could go check that out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Mark, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Wow, okay. Oh my gosh. You see, the same thing is happening. The same thing is happening. Like with Sayori. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Ah, man. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Okay. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Okay, that's Yuri. Uh-huh. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Natsuki, don't take this the wrong way, but why couldn't it be you? Like, we've always had problems since the beginning, like... Oh my gosh. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Mark. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Why can't we keep the Yuri that we had? Like, it was going good, but I fucked it up. I had to fuck it up, didn't I? Oh my gosh, I hate this so much. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran to Mark in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought someone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come down, Mark? Why don't you come sit down, Mark? Whoa, hold up now. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sits across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there are more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Get it off my screen! No. There we go. I don't care about this. Okay. Boom. Alright. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... And so Yuri looks away. Don't worry, baby. You're fine. You're fine. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So Mark, what kind of things do you like to read? Manga? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, thank you. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. She looks like she wants to say something but keeps quiet. Okay. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements, usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Don't look at me for help. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting? It looked like you was working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averted her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities. Don't get on me for that, y'all. Don't get on me. And showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and make Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I didn't decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new club member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Hold up. Do you agree as well, Mark? Hold on, there's still one problem, Watch. I'm like, I never said for sure that I would join the club. What's that? Now that we reach some more, okay. Yeah, okay, this is the same as the first episode. I never say I would join this club. Okay, Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Yeah, everybody's gonna be looking at me, and I'm gonna reluctantly agree to join the club. All three girls, yeah. But I'm sorry, I thought, the girls are, yeah. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Mark. What? The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. They had 4. Now they got 3. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Yep, And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Boom. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Mark? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really just scared me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Mark, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembered tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Mark, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class to our Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Rest in peace, Sayori. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with the writing poem tonight. You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yeah. Can you hear me? What is this? Was that Sayori? Okay, we have Natsuki and Yuri. Where's Monica at? What was that? It was like, can you hear me? Like, is that Sayori speaking to me from the afterlife? Oh my gosh, I forgot what Yuri likes. She likes like dark stuff. There we go. Nightgown? Oh crap. Oh, she likes horror, don't she? Yeah. Horror. Let me see. Universe. There we go. Frightening? There we go. Yep, this one. Let's see. Vivacious. There we go. Heavenson. Okay. And what is this? There we go. What is this? Of course you like that. Misery? Okay. Excitement? Insight? Existence? Starscape? Unrequited? Tenacious? Secretive? Question? Crimson? Wait, was that Sayori's character? Hi again, Mark. What is going on? I don't know what's happening. It's like we're starting this all over, but without Sayori. But it's like, is she trying to haunt me for making her life bad or something? I don't know. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. What? Oh my gosh, the glitches! What do they mean? Thanks for keeping your promise, Mark. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on, like he deserved any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica, you're in front of it. You're in front of this. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the classroom. Monica or Mark or whoever that says. Thank you. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Okay. Manga is literature. Okay. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Mark. We'll make sure to put your comforts first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you really don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like... Bro, what is with this music? It's changing. Wait, is the classroom getting more slanted? Oh my god, I don't know what to look at. Well, as the vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches to her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want it. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, but despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. There we go. You see, now it's not slanted no more. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. Okay, so we still got a little bit of chemistry. It's still a little something. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave to me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something faintly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. not the things about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mark? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. What's with the font change, guys? What does this mean? Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. What is that? So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't know why you need to worry. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes, okay, she really wants me. You see that little glitch? That means she's excited. That's exactly what that means. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get to the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. I see what you're doing, Mark. I will be proud of you, but like, after what happened with Sayori, I don't know. I think we need to like lay off. I think we need to lay off a bit. I don't know. Do what you do. I don't care. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I just thought I was just bathing. I need to, when I edit this, I'm gonna see what those things are saying. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Alright. Thumbnail? Thumbnail! Give me that. Alright. Yuri takes her... My gosh. Get the stuff off my screen. Yuri takes her left arm and holds... Okay. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn page and Yuri slides it over under her thumb, and after and after it flips to her side. Okay. But in holding it like this, we're huddling even closer than before. That's fine. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. Okay, I see the contact. You're supposed to be reading, Sayori. What you looking at? I'm not. I need to stop. Why am I thinking about this? Sayori just died. Okay, I need to get back into like serious mode. I don't know why. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost felt like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side, as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Aw, she's smiling. She likes that. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. What? That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't get that far yet. So, I don't know why you came into my head. Okay. Aha! Yuri, are you feeling alright? Oh gosh, the smile left. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can't rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Alright. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Mark, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. What would I do to her? Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Alright. Who should I show my poem to first? It's been a while since we did this. We're gonna get Natsuki over with. She's the most problematic. Well, I don't know. I told Natsuki I was interested in reading her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. She don't like it. We did not make our poem for her. Mark, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Of course she wouldn't like it. It's not made for you. It's made for Yuri. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Oh, painful to think about? Yeah. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Probably. Wait a minute. Isn't this the same one that she wrote the first time? I'm not 100% sure, but this does look familiar. Eagles can fly, monkeys can jump, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheeses can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Facts. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay? Last one, Monica. Wait, what about Yuri? We made the poem for Yuri, not... Monica wasn't even on the... Okay. Hi, Mark. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Mark. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Uh-huh. Great job, Mark. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Exactly. I wrote it for her, so why isn't it giving me the option for her to read it? Seriously. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spent so much time in her own head. Yeah, I remember reading this. But that's why she's so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Of course, it's gonna be Yuri. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you need. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go read my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burnt eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When we performed out loud, it could be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That is my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, thank you, Yuri, finally. Hey, Yuri! As Yuri reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten. I knew they would. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. What? You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poems as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are unusually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. Okay. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. When she refines her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even in a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Yup. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Alright, Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green light of the future. I bathe, calmly, breathing the air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicker back. Oh, that says the light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mark. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance only of, well... Okay, just skip that. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. Oh my gosh. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Mark. Ah, me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Ah, my gosh. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. Okay, so they're gonna get into an argument, I think. Okay, as I read in tandem, I watch either their expressions change. Her eyebrows for frustration. Okay. What's with this language? Did you say something? I was nothing. Okay. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something else. Okay. Thanks, but it's really... Okay, well, I do have a couple suggestions. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, we've already seen this before. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they're just arguing right here. Okay. This doesn't involve you. Okay. They're still arguing. Yada. What the? What? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. I've never seen this. What's happening? You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by just dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself with on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? What? Yo, this is completely different, hold up. Yeah, go on. Let Mark hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Mark, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh gosh. What? What? What's going on? What's going on? Yuri. Oh god. Yuri. Natsuki. Yuri. Natsuki. Yuri. Monica. Hey Mark. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Uh-huh. Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. Are you sure? We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Okay. So President, I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Okay, suddenly Natsuki runs out the classroom. Oh god, what happened? She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. What? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with the problems on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. What? I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Mark, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it by tomorrow. I hope so. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Ooh, well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Okay. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Mark. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but... Okay. Nah. Nope. What the hell kind of ending was that? Okay, Doki Doki Literature Club Part 6, I think. It's Part 6. First of all, rest in peace to Sayori. I did not want her to die. I had a feeling that was not what she wanted to hear. And now it's all glitchy and stuff, and everything is falling apart. My gosh. Now I gotta do this mess again. Rest in peace, Sayori. I'm gonna end it right there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. For more comment, I'll sign in. I'll see you next time.